Stained glass has been around for ages, and when you find it in churches, it usually has a story to tell. Ken Wilshire has a story to tell about some stained glass he found in Clarksville, as well as the interesting artist who's behind it.
First Presbyterian Church in downtown Clarksville has been a neo-Gothic landmark since 1897 with its towering spires and ornate stained glass windows. But time certainly has taken its toll, especially on these hand-carved wooden works of art. They were simply fading away and falling apart. Well, when Clarksville foundry owner Charlie Faust found out, he just would not let these stunning rosette windows rot away. So we introduced a way to use the old wooden frames to make molds for casting new aluminum frames. And after they were cast, he enlisted artist Dennis Harmon at Emmanuel Studios in Nashville to install new glass in the frames. But it took much more than the innovative expertise of the Clarksville foundry and a Nashville stained glass artist to bring these beautiful old historic windows back to life.
Oh, I'm very proud. I'm very proud to have been a part of that, to have been asked to be a part of that. It was a great experience.
It took the creative designs of Clarksville artist Miranda Herrick to revive the old glass panels with color and character.
So it was just kind of a waste of that architectural element. So they wanted to beautify it, you know, and kind of do something a little bit contemporary, and of course bring a local artist, contemporary artist into the project.
But Miranda's talented career started years before the window project. She says for as long as she can remember, she's always wanted to create works of art.
In school, people are always like, you know, well, what are you going to do when you get out of college? It's like, I don't really care. I'm just enjoying being in college and making art right now. So luckily I did, you know, my career is largely in art. I kind of figured if I did what I enjoyed, the rest would kind of fall into place, and it generally has.
Well, generally, her designs are geometrical, symmetrical, and vibrantly colorful.
They're very immediate. I don't know what it's going to look like. I start off with maybe a pencil grid and start drawing, you know, just decide where I'm going to start and how I'm going to repeat, where I'm going to repeat, and then I just build. Like I'll make a shape, do it however many times I want to repeat it, and while I'm creating that shape, I'll think, well, what shape is next? But I don't know what my drawing is going to look like until I'm done.
And when she's done with her intricate pen and ink drawings, she carries the geometrics to another more metallic medium, as in old soda and beer cans, hundreds of them.
So I'll even, you know, be cutting up the cans and preparing them, and then notice a shape on the can and say, oh, well, how can I arrange that? How can I make that more interesting? And I'll cut them out and just move them around and play with them.
Like the Clarksville foundry used recycled aluminum in casting the new stained glass windows, Miranda does the same with her artwork.
I think the pattern-based quality of my work makes people think about how much they use of something. Technically, it is recycling. Of course, I don't use every little bit. What I don't use, I take to the salvage yard. So I'm definitely invested personally in trying to recycle or reuse the things that I consume.
Miranda cuts and handles hundreds of different shapes and sizes of sharp aluminum pieces. So you would think a box of Band-Aids would be nearby.
It would be, you know, a pretty uncomfortable paper cut, but nothing that would send me to the emergency room. The most dangerous part is probably when I'm preparing the cans and I'm cutting off the top and the bottom, and I use a box cutter. So I just have to be very careful where I place my fingers, and thus far things have gone well.
And talk about discipline. To most folks, Miranda's projects are repetitious and monotonous, but this is what she loves about her artistic assembly line.
I love sitting here in my studio and just repeating these actions and enjoy the process. It's like I'm influenced by everything that has a pattern, you know, from my grandmother's quilting to Islamic tile work. You know, all of that impresses me, and I've just soaked it in my whole life. I love pattern. I also enjoy that the creativity doesn't necessarily end when the piece of artwork goes out of the studio, because someone can rearrange it in the gallery, you know, take it home and change it to their mood. So done a few pieces that have that rearrangeable element to them.
Well, another example of her passion for repetition is this book. She penned 365 unique drawings, one for every day of the year, and this is just the beginning.
Someday I might spend all my time quilting. You know, all of the different creative processes are fascinating to me.
Bright LED lights installed in the new windows allow them to cast a warm, welcoming glow upon the community once again, thanks to Miranda and the others who helped save them. And like the windows, Miranda's eyes shine brightly with every snip of her scissors and stroke of her pen. It's her own kaleidoscopic view of this creative journey she's on that guides Miranda Herrick along the way.